Well, hello, everybody, and thank you very much for joining me for the 9 Minute Podcast. I am Dr. Packer and your host, and hopefully your friend. Today is episode 24 of these 9 Minute Podcasts. And again, thank you very much. No matter what media source that you are on and viewing, uh, thank you. Today, I thought that I would talk a little bit about a conversation that really spearheads personal, a couple of thoughts, my own personal account, my own personal story. This is something that is applicable to relationships and is also applicable to, if you've been through trauma or you've dealt with abuse in your past, as the many of us have, and now I think that almost everybody has had some form of abuse in their life. It's just what category was it under and to what degree. Some people have been abused a large amount, and it could be a physical abuse. And then some people have faced mental trauma, mental abuse, psychological abuse, and it could be large or it could be small. But we all have, I think, at some point gone down that road and dealt with it. And then this that I'm about to talk about also can be true when you are coming out of a relationship. How do you know when you're ready to go forward? How do you know when you're ready to move on? How do you know when you're prepared to meet someone else? Or how do you know that you're healing through all that you've been through? So it kind of covers all of that. And it's when you are okay with you. It's the whole idea of I don't mind spending time with myself. If I don't mind spending time with myself and I get along with myself, I'm going forward. Because the aspect of trauma, the aspect of abuse, when you do get away from that abuser or that abusive situation that you're in, then now you're away from it. It's not happening to you at that moment. They're not hitting you, they're not belittling you, they're not, you know, telling you how worthless you are. So you break that and you get away from it. But now you still have to deal with the trauma. And in actuality, you have to then at that point become okay with yourself. And the healing now has to begin with you. I've got to be okay with myself. So you get away from the belittling, but you're dealing now with the low self-esteem or whatever it may be. You are an outgoing person. You are an extrovert, and you got along well with people. But because of the abusive situation, whether it was physical or uh, mental or psychological, all of that now has affected affected me, and so now we don't want to be around people because we don't know we don't feel good enough. I don't feel good enough to be amongst this group. I don't feel good enough to be among these people. I don't feel secure enough. And though you may have gotten away from the abuser, now you have to be okay with yourself. Well, you have to be able to now say, okay, I'm okay with myself. And now that I'm okay with myself, I can then take the next step, XYZ, whatever that is. And the same thing is true in a relationship. If you come out of a relationship, your partner has cheated on you, or your partner's been abusive to you, and you've gotten away from it. And people say, well, how do I know when I'm ready? Some people never go back into relationships. They don't date. They don't marry again. And I think that the stigma, I believe that stigma, and I certainly hope this is true, that stigma has lessened some. That people don't nowadays think, well, you were married for so long, you need to get married again. I, in my case, wanted to be married again. I wanted to share my life with someone. My ex-wife cheated on me. And when I found out about it, it had been going on for some time. And I, of course, was being accused. And then I would say, where's your proof? There was no proof. And somebody said, well, Dr. Packer, how did you get proof? Because I found the other guy. So there's the proof. And I had to work on myself. I had to deal with myself and be okay with myself. I mean, because if I was not okay with me being alone and being okay with myself, happy with myself, secure in myself, I would not have wanted to even look for. And as soon as I was out of that, I'm working on the divorce, and for reasons of infidelity, I'm working on this to end that and to get away from that. I uprooted everything. I left the state. I started a whole new life. Gathered up what money I had, what possessions I could fit inside of a car, in the trunk, in the back seat, in the back floorboard, in the passenger seat, in the floorboard, and headed out to Georgia. Georgia, Georgia, the whole day through. Okay, that's enough. But Georgia was on my mind, and here I am. And the next stage of my life, meeting someone, engaging them, and then working on the marriage. And no, we have not screwed up our relationship yet. But in the midst of that, for me, the tip was, I'm okay. I'm okay with me. And you start seeing those rays of light in when you're ready for the next relationship and when you're healing from trauma, because you start saying, you know what, I'm okay. I'm not even thinking about those things that happened to me. And when they do crop up, I don't fall apart. They came up, I recognize them. Yeah, I was there, but you know what? I survived it. And you truly become okay with yourself. When you say, follow your heart, it's not just a saying. Your heart will let you know when you're ready. And that's episode 24 of the 9 Minute Podcast.